Welcome to the Manifesting Formula. I'm Christine Rizzo. In this week's episode, we are talking all about the rules that we have for other people, for your friends, your family, for your significant others, and for all of those strangers you don't even know. Oh, they are deep, my friends, and they keep you from high vibrations. So keep listening to find out what rules you have and what the Book of Rules is really all about. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you all today? I am amazing, and let me tell you why. I'm not sure how many of you saw this on the Manifesting Formula Tribe Facebook group, but for those of you that aren't part of the group, I posted some photos from Tuesday, April 4th, 4/4/22, which really is 444. If you add the 22 together, you get another 4. I've mentioned before that the number 444 is my number with my husband. And since that day was coming up this year, and because I have never worn a wedding gown in my life, we decided to renew our vows at one of our favorite places. And we had one of our favorite friends marry us. It was incredible, truly magical, being able to renew our vows on such a special day. So, my friends, if you want to see the photos from the wedding, you will have to go on the Manifesting Formula Tribe Facebook group and join. Or you can find some pictures on my Instagram page at Christine Rizzo 444. Before we jump into today's episode, which is on the gigantic rule books that we have for all of the relationships in our lives, oh, this is such a great episode because many of you are going to say, "Holy crap, this is me." We are all guilty of having a rule book, my friends. And that is okay because you didn't realize until you listened to this episode. So now it's learning to undo what hasn't been working for you so you can feel better and so you can keep your energy more positive. Since we are on the topic of keeping our energy more positive, I want to know, what are you thankful for today? Tell me, tell me. Today, I'm truly grateful for my beautiful friend Mariola, who remarried Frank and I. I can't express the gratitude that I feel for this incredible woman. She is full of love and light. She is a beautiful soul, and when you meet her, you are instantly attracted to her energy. We have known each other for quite some time now. We met years ago when I used to co own a boutique in Central Florida. When we met for the first time, we instantly connected. Mariola and I are pretty much the same person. We have a lot of similar personality traits. We are both petite, outgoing, authentic, straightforward, and extremely spiritual. When we first met, I was going through coach certification and I would coach her for free so I could practice my coaching. After I certified, she came to me and said, "One day I'm going to hire you when I'm ready." I always knew that she was going to call. You know that feeling that I've told you all about, the feeling when you just know? That's the feeling that creates the attraction to you. That's when you are in alignment for your creation to come to you. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when, and I let it go. Almost 2 years went by, and then one day she called me saying, "I'm ready. I want to hire you to coach me. I want to learn from you." Mariola went through my coaching program and realized more than halfway through that she wanted to train to become a certified coach. So she enrolled in the Life Coach Academy. I'm so proud of this woman. She came to me struggling from anxiety, tried working with many people, and was never able to overcome the emotion. I helped her to allow the emotion flow through her. I worked with her on her mindset and I gave her tools that she will use for the rest of her life. She has overcome her fears and she is back to being the strong, confident woman that she used to be. I love this woman and I couldn't have been more excited when she said yes to marrying my husband and I. Mariola coaches in Spanish. So if you are interested in working with her, I will leave her link where you can get in touch with her in the show notes. Oh, and by the way, she has a pretty amazing Instagram page. You are going to want to check it out because you will love it. It's the vibe that feels good. Get those journals out. It's time to add some more affirmations to your list. Are you ready? Here we go. Number one, I have the strength to become the me that I want to become. Oh, so good. Number two, I am directing my energy at the things that matter most to me. And number three, there is the life that I live and the life that I want, and I'm taking action to bring them into alignment. Okay, let's get into today's episode, which is on the Book of Rules. I am really excited to talk to all of you about this. This happens to be a hot topic with many of my clients and our students at the Life Coach Academy. This topic is going to help give you perspective on the other people in your life. You see, most of us have these operating rule books that we've written for the people in our lives. People have a lot of rules for how they want others to act and behave. And this rule book happens to be very long. The best part about this book is that the other people that we have these rules for have absolutely no idea that it even exists. This happens to me all the time with my clients. And I ask them, so this very thick rule book that you have written for your significant other, have you ever let them read it? Do they even know what they're supposed to do in order to act or behave correctly? And we all know the answer to that question. No, they don't. This rule book that I'm talking about is like a manual on how the other person should behave. The book of rules is basically an instruction book that we've all written for someone else. Yes, including me. I've done this too. I had one for many years with my husband, and every once in a while, I still have to remind myself to let go of the book. What happens when we use this book is that we tie our emotional life to whether or not the other person follows it. Even though it may seem rational to have expectations of other people, it is also extremely damaging and frustrating when we do. You see, we have these belief systems that if other people would just behave exactly the way we would like them to, then we could be happy. I mean, the problem with this is that we don't even realize that we are doing this. We actually think that we have reasonable expectations of people in our life and that they should behave in a way that seems like common sense to us. But what we think is common sense and what other people think is common sense is often very different. I have spoken about this many times to you all. One of the most important things to remember is that adults have the ability and freedom to behave however they would like. That includes you too. There is nothing that you have to ever do, and there is nothing that anyone else has to do for you. I truly believe that we are responsible for meeting our own needs and creating our own happiness. When we're in a relationship with someone who expects us to fulfill their needs, we then get into a situation where not only do we have to take care of ourselves, but we have to try to take care of somebody else. How are we supposed to take care of someone else when we don't even know how to take care of ourselves? And we are expecting someone else to take care of our needs? If we wind up in a relationship where we are feeling like we're responsible for someone else's needs and the other person is feeling responsible for our needs, then you're really in a screwed up, manipulative situation because you're going to be constantly trying to control that other person so you can be happy. And they're going to be constantly trying to control you. And then, my friends, you're going to be angry, frustrated, and annoyed, which will keep you on a very low frequency of negativity. So let's be really honest here. Number one, you can't control another person. Number two, there's nothing anyone could possibly do to make you as happy as you want to be because you can only do that for yourself. Create your own happiness. So let's all first acknowledge and realize that we do have a book of rules for other people. And then let's back that up by taking responsibility for our own rules and our own operating book for ourselves first. The problem is that most of us can't control or manage ourselves, and yet we want to control and manage other people. which is absolutely ridiculous to me. I mean, if we can't even control our own actions, how the hell do we think we're going to be able to control someone else? Seriously, my friends, ask yourself that question again. If we can't even control our own actions, how the hell do we think we're going to be able to control someone else? When you really think about it, it's truly mind blowing that we constantly try to control people. We keep trying and trying, waiting for the one day where something is actually going to change. And guess what, my friends? It never does. Isn't that actually the definition for insanity? Wait a second. Let me look that up. Oh, yes, here we go. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. My friends, are you hearing this? Because we need to take this in and start making some definite changes in our behavior if we want to stay on a high frequency. Any of you who have tried to control someone else, and all of you have, you find yourself completely frustrated, right? I know. I used to get crazy mad quite a bit when other people weren't doing the things that I expected them to. They weren't following my rules for them. So I want you to take a look at the people in your life that you have a rule book for. And I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you want them to do differently than what they're doing now? And why do you want them to behave the way that you want them to? Ask yourself and write that down in your journals. Let me help you here. I'm going to give you the answer. The only reason why you want someone else to change the way they're behaving is because of how you think you will feel from their changed behavior. Am I right? Yes, you know that's the truth. But remember, let's go back to episode 2. You are more powerful than you know, and how I explained that it's our thinking that causes our feelings, not another person's behavior. So, what actually is happening is that when someone is following your book of rules, then we think they respect me, they like me, they care about me, and then we get to feel good. But when they don't follow our rule book, we make it mean something negative, and then we feel bad. We aren't taking responsibility for how we're feeling because we're giving all of that away to the other person based on their behavior, which we are very confused about. Whenever we think someone else's behavior causes our emotions, we have not only set ourselves up to feel negative emotion, but we've also set ourselves up to be completely powerless because the only way that we can feel better is if the other person changes. Fuck that, my friends. I have said it before and I will say it again. I am not giving someone else my power to control when I feel good or not. That is my choice. And knowing that this is my choice, I love being able to say, the only reason why I'm feeling bad is because of the thoughts that I'm choosing to think. So I don't have to think those thoughts if I don't want to. Because guess what? They feel like shit. This is the problem, my friends. We have this gigantic rule book and we are making it mean something every time someone doesn't follow our rules. Do you all see this? It's pretty crazy. Here is an example. As you know, I love to give them. Let's say you're friends with someone and you want them to call you once a week. You think good friends should call you and they should always call you back when you call them. And they should definitely call you on your birthday. I mean, what friend of yours wouldn't know to do this? Of course they know. Let's just say that this is the book of rules that you have for all of your good friends. And guess what? Even though these are your expectations of your friends, you won't ever tell them these rules that you have for them. You just expect them to know them. And then when your friends don't honor your expectations, you wind up getting upset because you have these rules for them that they don't even know about. My friends, having a book of rules for other people sets you up for lots of negative feelings and lots of wasted energy. There are a few different choices here when it comes to expectations. You can make a request, and if the person doesn't honor the request, you then take responsibility for how you feel about them not agreeing with your request. Everything in life is about how you want to feel. If you want to feel bad, you can. It's a choice. If you want to feel good, that's a choice too. However, you choose to feel is all on you, not anyone else. because they don't choose for you. This is where your power comes in, my friends. Another choice would be that you have a friend and you let them be who they are. When they want to call you, they do. If they want to call you back, they will. And if they don't call you back, you accept that too and not make it mean anything about you. There are no rules that you have for them. And you could just love this person and enjoy this person without having any kind of rules for them. You could make suggestions to them just to let them know your thoughts, saying, I would love for you to do this and that, but knowing that whether they choose to honor those suggestions or not has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with who they are. And you can enjoy them as a person either way. There are a lot of other people in our life that we have rule books for, but I would have to say we have a huge book for our significant others. We have ideas on how we would like them to behave and who we would like them to be. It comes from this idea that if they were more like we wanted them to be, that we would be happier. We actually think if we had a better husband or wife, we would be so much happier. My friends, it's important to remember that your happiness comes from you, and it doesn't matter who your husband or wife is or what he or she does when it comes down to your emotional happiness. Yes, husbands and wives that are compatible with us are going to definitely make it easier for us to have positive thoughts around them, but it doesn't mean that they have to change in order for that to be true. When we release all of our rules and expectations and we listen to the other person and hear what's going on for them and let go of what we want them to do, we can start understanding them from a different perspective that isn't jaded by our own thinking with what we want them to do. Think about one person in your life and think of a few things that you want them to do. Think about how it would be so amazing if they do these things. I wish my partner was more romantic. It would be so amazing if they could leave me love notes throughout the house. Or maybe it's your friends. I wish my friends would make plans for us to meet for dinner. I wish they were more available to me. Or maybe it's your relationships with your mother, your father, or your siblings. I wish they would offer some help. I wish they were more interested in the kids. Or I wish they were less interested in the kids and less interested in me and my business. For me, if I really want something done and it's really important for me that it gets done, I start to ask myself, why am I not willing to do it? And do I really want someone else to do something that they don't want to do? Why are we wanting others to do things that we want done? And if it's that important to me, then why can't I do it myself? And then honestly, I just do it myself because I'm the one that wants it done. So to create my own happiness, I do it myself. It's funny. I can totally hear one of my clients right now telling me, I don't want to clean up the dishes in the sink every night, and neither does he. So why should I have to do it? The truth is, and this is exactly what I told her, you don't have to do it. You want to do it because you don't want to see the dishes in the morning still in the sink. But expecting your husband to do it when he doesn't want to do it either, and he doesn't care if the dishes are still in the sink in the morning, has gotten you into this very stressful situation with your husband that you've made mean that he doesn't care about you, that he doesn't do his fair share around the house, and that he doesn't respect your feelings. You've made all of this mean something so much more. Not only are you having a problem with dishes in the sink, you're frustrated and aggravated with your husband, which of course has made the problem even bigger. You now have two messy things in your life instead of just one. I asked my client, how often does he clean the dishes when you ask him to do them? And when he does clean up, do you feel better or are you frustrated and angry that he didn't do it exactly when you asked him to? So, how could you approach this problem differently without affecting your marriage in such a negative way without having this rule book? I'm not saying that you don't make that request of your husband, but if he doesn't do it, are you going to make it mean something so horrible that then you can't even enjoy your relationship with him? Because now you have two messes. The mess is still in the sink, and the mess is in your relationship with your husband. When we don't try to control others, they feel safe to be their true selves. And this is what authentic, intimate relationships are made up of. We can get their perspective on things, hear their side of the story, and understand why they do or don't do what we've requested. This is much more effective than living by your book of rules. If you throw away your rule book, you may end up doing things you don't want to do, but your relationships will improve dramatically. My friends, I want you to really think about the things that you want to have done and how you want other people to behave. So, this is my challenge for you. I want you to think about how you think it will feel if the people in your life do the things for you that you want them to do. Think of that feeling. It feels really good, right? Knowing that they're doing exactly what you want. Now, I want you to decide to feel that either way. Remember, you get to feel however you want to, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. I want you to ask yourself if you are willing to give up your book of rules. Are you willing to let go of your expectations and focus all of your time and energy on creating the life that you want to create? If you choose to do this and you're willing to give it a try, you'll find that this will help change the relationships in your life to being truly authentic by not trying to manipulate others to be who they aren't and to accepting them for exactly who they are. Thank you all for listening to the Manifesting Formula, and thank you so much for letting others know about how much you love this podcast. If you have any questions on today's topic or on manifesting, you can contact me in the show notes. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, sending you all so much love and abundance. And if no one has told you today, I love you. See you next week. Bye. My friends, if you are interested in coaching with me one-on-one, where we will meet weekly for private sessions, I would love to work with you so you can start manifesting everything that you have ever wanted. In my 6-month coaching program, where we will work closely together, clearing the blocks that are holding you back from manifesting, I will teach you lifetime tools that you'll be able to use every day in your life. We will meet weekly for 60 minutes through Google Meets, where we will go deeper into manifesting. You will also get access to me in between our sessions through either email, text, Marco Polo, or WhatsApp for when you have questions or if you're going through something that you have trouble figuring out. I will be right there with you. I will also record a weekly video for you on the topic that was spoken about during our session, so you can go back anytime to remind yourself what we went over. You will get super fun assignments that will help to keep you accountable for reaching your goals. You will also get a copy of my book, Unleash Your Inner Goddess, Start Living the Life You Deserve, as well as weekly affirmations sent to you that pertain to your sessions. My friends, this is what it's all about, learning to become a master at manifesting. So if you're interested in going deeper into manifesting and working with me one-on-one, sign up for a 30-minute consult in the show notes. Or you can go to my website at www.christinerizzo.com and sign up for your 30-minute consult. Just click the link in the show notes. It's as simple as that. I look forward to meeting you and helping you create the life you deserve.